How's it going, everybody? My name is Chris and I am a team member here at Genesis Impact Sports, and today's video is going to be the first video of this series, which is Handgun 101. So in today's video, we're going to go over how to choose the right handgun for you, and in subsequent videos, we'll go over certain accessories you may want to consider, differences between holsters, belts, all that kind of stuff. We'll get into how to safely load and unload, to shoot, to get practiced and trained at the very basics of fundamentals and safety. And then we'll do some more advanced videos down the line, like malfunction clearing, reloads, drawing from a holster, so that you can pretty much watch this series and go from never owning a firearm possibly, or maybe wanting to get into owning a firearm or handgun, to being as proficient as absolutely possible. Now, with that being said, there is some training one-on-one that myself or Ethan or one of the other instructors that can teach you and kind of really work with you hands-on. So there might be some things that if you have questions, feel free to stop by, give us a call, shoot us an email that we can help you on. But the goal of this video and subsequent videos in this series is to get you shooting as proficiently as possible, and then basically any subsequent education that you need is just to really tweak and fine-tune things so that you are just killing the game, basically. So like I said, this video is going to be about how to choose a handgun. And this goes pretty much hand in hand with just choosing any firearm. We're just going to choose and talk about specifically handguns in today's video. I will do a whole separate series on rifles, just about that too. But there are 5 categories that I will always have somebody start off and go through in their mind, write down a list, think about these things that you want. And basically by going over these 5 categories, you'll eliminate your choices down to a couple handguns at the most. So the first category that I want you to stop and think about is the purpose of this handgun. So firearms are a lot like vehicles in the fact that they're all different and built for a purpose, right? A sedan gets pretty good gas mileage and is nice and comfortable and luxurious, but a big old pickup truck, it doesn't get great gas mileage, but you can haul stuff, you got a bed to put your whatever in, and there's give and take in everything. And then there's things like an SUV that are kind of in between, where they don't do anything really great, but they do everything all right. And I think firearms are exactly like that. So figuring out the purpose is huge, whether that's concealed carry, personal defense, competitive shooting, personal protection, like out in the backcountry if you're hiking or camping or hunting, whatever. So figure out your purpose, and that will basically eliminate a big section of options. The second thing is price. Now, price is very subjective, right? Everybody has a different price point that they are comfortable with or not comfortable with. Also keep in mind, which I'll get to here in a little bit, that you're not just paying for the firearm. You need to pay to feed it, right? So ammunition, any supporting supplies. So if it takes magazines, you're probably going to want a couple so that you can practice with it. You probably want a holster. You probably want a good belt. You're going to need cleaning supplies, and you probably want someplace to store it safely, or at least to protect it. Now, the third category is caliber. Now, kind of like with price and a little bit of purpose, it's sort of subjective. You're going to find people that are diehard XYZ, caliber, and diehard ABC caliber, that they love it, right? There's nothing better. The age-old, duels between 9mm and 45. Figure out what works for you. Do realize that most of the time, the bigger the caliber, the more expensive it is to practice and train with, and we're going to push that all the time, is be as proficient and safe with your firearms as absolutely possible. So when you're looking at caliber, do your research online, give us a call, ask us questions. You may disagree with our opinions, and that's perfectly fine, right? Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but caliber is subjective and kind of purpose dependent. So when you're picking one, do a lot of research, really think about it, and go from there. So the fourth category that I would say is accessories. Now, this kind of goes into 2 different avenues, whether that's an accessory you're going to put on the firearm, like a flashlight or a red dot or lasers or whatever, as well as supporting equipment. So that might be holsters, magazines, belts, all that kind of stuff. You need to think about how easy is it to get a holster for this? If I have a weapon light on it, how easy is it to get a holster for that firearm with the light on it? And all that kind of stuff comes into play. We can talk about that, and we'll talk about that in a future video of why I chose what I chose, but that's for a different time. So the fifth category is the look and feel of the firearm. Now, feel is obviously very important. If it's too big or too small in your hands, or not comfortable, or a weird angle, you're not going to want to shoot it. But looks is another thing that I think is often overlooked, and especially in like a concealed carry sense, if you don't think that your firearm looks cool, you're not going to be wanting to carry it as much. Even though nobody's going to see it, right, it still comes into play. I guarantee you, whether you're going to say it or not, it's in your mind that, you know, if I have this gun that doesn't look cool, well, I don't want to carry it around because, you know, I don't want to show my buddies. But if you have a gun that's super cool, you're like, oh yeah, I'll carry it around. It matters more than you think. So just keep that in mind. So I hope this quick little video is a really good introduction to figure out which handgun you want and need. I know it seems pretty simple, but when you go through the list and you write out exactly, you know, what's my purpose, what's the price point, what caliber, how easy is it to get accessories, and do I think it feels and looks cool, you've basically gone down to just a few handguns at this point that are left. So with all that being said, if you have any other questions or comments or concerns, or you want to chat, something like that, stop by in the store, give us a call, leave a comment down in the comment section. That's all that I got for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.